I want to
We
say
are
something.
going for.
I want to say something.
Let him make his point.
In quote.
last 2 seasons, Arsenal has been going for the league. Okay. Chelsea has been in crisis. But there's something I love about my club. When we want to lose, we lose very well.
That's it.
But when we want to win, we win.
You win.
Right now, I'm still studying my coach. I didn't like the signing of him, but look at the progress. And there's something about Chelsea
actually a
that
good coach.
that I know. Once they start climbing there, at least we know that Chelsea, once they get to that top, to come down is hard. They don't fight for second position.
No, that one, trust Chelsea.
They climb up. That's why when we go for any competition, you see that we're not in the competition or before by semi-final. But once we go to that final, at least we've gone for 3 finals and we've won 2. I can't say the same for my Arsenal. I think they've gone for 1 and that. But let's keep that.
Chelsea are still trying to
we are
get
still building. The truth, I keep on telling somebody, if it's by making excuses, Chelsea is number 1 to make excuses because what we passed through. If Arsenal actually passed through that change,
They don't disappear.
you guys, it will have
Gone
been
through crisis. We had our own crisis period. During Emery, we had our crisis.
That one a crisis.
Were you
crisis?
Relax.
We didn't sign players.
Bring down the club
If
to
this
matches.
club go, if they have a crisis, if Madrid have
It is
one
because you
small
don't have a
crisis,
structure. What
they
are you
will go to
saying?
relegation.
We didn't.
You don't have a structure. What are you saying?
No,
Wait.
Madrid have the best structure.
It is because Chelsea
Madrid
doesn't
structure.
have a structure. That's what I meant.
Coach,
I just
okay,
want
Chelsea,
to-
Chelsea,
There was no
Chelsea,
structure then.
Chelsea, not
Relax,
Madrid.
Okay, say Chelsea.
No. Let me break it down for you.
He's making a point. So I want
There was
to
a
ask-
season
I
that
want
we
to-
were not able to sign players.
Okay,
We had to
hold
use
on,
our
hold on,
academy
hold on.
boys.
You said if the things you went through,
Yes.
if Arsenal went through, then
True.
okay, good. Now, what are the things? Let's have them.
No, make it land. He said there's
Yeah,
that's
no,
that, allow him to
that's
land.
what- that's what I'm
Condition,
telling
make it land.
Coach,
Let it
relax,
continue.
coach,
No,
relax.
make it continue.
Coach, relax.
Let it talk.
Coach, relax.
You not go tell the question to you and say, you want to finish your
Coach,
answer your
relax.
question.
Listen to me. He's going somewhere. I
Yes,
want to specifically list this out.
that's what I'm telling you now. There was a season we were not able to sign players, yeah,
One.
and we came out top. Like we went far with Lampard or so.
Okay.
Then, do you know what it means for a war to affect your club? Changing management. You have been enjoying jollof rice. All of a sudden, they give you a camo.
With chicken.
Look,
jollof rice with
you will
chicken.
see your taste buds will go haywire.
You guys don't understand it. My club, we always change management in the space of 4 years.
No.
And-
Look,
Structure.
when I'm talking about wait. Listen to me. When I talk about change of
And we
management
always
change.
bounce back.
bro.
Calm down,
wait.
no bubble.
Wait,
Calm down,
wait,
calm
wait,
down.
wait.
Now I say stay humble.
Look,
You don't be bubble.
let
Stay
me-
humble.
let me
issue
land,
that
let
the
me
club
land.
will have that
Let me
will
land.
affect them is financial issue.
Let me land.
Football Banter.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Football Banter. And on this episode, we've got by my left a Chelsea fan and an Arsenal fan. All right, so it's going to be an interesting banter. Okay, so guys, let's get it started. All right, so today we're going to be talking about the controversial referee's controversial decision in the weekend in the match Arsenal versus Man City. And also, we're going to also be looking at Haaland's behavior, in the course of the match. Then we'll also be talking about Nigerian players' performances on their various clubs. Talking about Osimhen, Boniface, and Iwobi. So, guys, let's get started with the referee's decision in the Arsenal, Man City match. Personally, I think Michael Oliver has something against Arsenal. What do you think?
Well, we can say that in a way it was you see, okay, yes, he was pushing himself to do a lot of things, but there's something that is certain about that, because there was a yellow card that led to a red card, 2 yellow cards to a red card. I think that was true sad. The first one was for his pulling of the shirt, which is, everybody knows that that's a sure yellow card. Yeah. And the second one also was kicking the ball. Before this season started, there were rules brought in the APL that now this year, nobody is going to be above that. Disrespecting the referee, kicking of the ball, clapping of the hands, or anything you do. So now, that second yellow card, because of the kind of game, playing against a big club, Manchester City, it was a very interesting game. Arsenal coming back, and it was a 2-1 before the first half, and he got the second yellow card. Any other referee could overlook it, yes. But this season, it was drawn that any of those things, and it was glaring that he kicked it, because everybody first shouted that okay, it was because of the foul and everything, but it was the kicking of the ball that made that clear. A referee could give it, a referee could not give it. But you people say he's biased, being biased. Yes, I could see some things that he did in the game, but this season, even if you remember very well, when Jesus came into the game, he also kicked the ball and he got a yellow card.
Okay. I'm going to say something.
I think he needs to give a rebuttal.
I think, right, I'm not going to disagree with you on that point. And I'm using the word and, not but, because I don't want to negate what you said. We all will agree with me that Arsenal has always been the victim when it comes to playing big teams, in a high level games and competitions, right? And one thing I'm going to say is that regardless of the rules that are being set before, the game is being played, the referees are inconsistent.
Yes.
Even also the VAR, you will agree with me that before setting any rule, we agree that there are rules on. But if you are setting a rule, let us be consistent. When you're giving a red card, give a red card. When you're giving a yellow card, give a yellow card. You have to be consistent. I know all these people are human, but Arsenal has always been the victim. You understand? Arsenal can't be the only club in Premiership that are facing this issue. And they always face this issue when they are playing big games against big teams. Or probably when they are winning the game, there will always be something that will be held against the club. I am not saying the FA or the what have you shouldn't set these rules, but you have to be consistent. You understand what I'm trying
Yeah,
to say?
I support that. You have to be consistent. As a referee or the refereeing body, all referees, if this is what one person is doing, this is the law, and you say, okay, this is the law, let's all follow that. I'm in support of that because I know I suffer from this also in my league. It's something that is very annoying. I've seen it. It happened to Arsenal last season against Newcastle. That was one of the games. Also, the last game. I feel if the referee was given a yellow card for wasting time kicking the ball, he could have done the same to Manchester City players.
Exactly.
But it was not equal. The decisions were not equal. It was as if I just feel generally the referee actually killed the game. His decisions he made a lot of bad calls. The goal that Arsenal scored, he was the one that caused it and everything. So Michael Oliver, in my view, was not capable of managing that game. He did a very bad management.
Of course, you can't bring an emotional ref to
Yes,
that kind of
yes.
That
He
match-
spoiled the
that
game.
game is
spoils the game.
Is a highly technical game.
Okay. And in
Very
big games like
technical.
that, when you're ending
Okay.
the first half, the first half was already ending.
And
No
you
matter
decide to
what,
ruin the game.
and then you gave a
The-
red
the-
card.
the question
for
I
him
want to
cleaning
ask
the
here
ball.
is-
This is how you look. You have to look at this game. It is a big game. Okay, this guy is already on a yellow card. This is the law, yes. But if he kicks the ball, I can tell him, if you do it next time, I will give you a red card. And if anybody does this in this game, I will give you a yellow card.
Let me chip in something,
understand?
something to what you just said. At this point you just
It's
made.
a big game, and
Last-
you don't just do it like that. in a
The
big
last
game.
match, Man City Arsenal last season, Kovacic was on a yellow.
Yeah.
Kovacic was on a yellow for fouling Odegaard.
Yes.
And he did the same thing
Yeah.
that required, in fact, the foul or web confirmed that it should be
And that
a
yellow
red.
card, yeah.
But the excuse they gave was they didn't want to ruin the game.
That is it. That's what I'm
So
saying. That's how it's
why
supposed to be.
when it's
Because
for
the big
Man
game, that's how
City,
it's meant to be.
exactly, when it's for Man City,
Yeah.
you don't want to ruin the game. But when it's Arsenal, you don't think about
As
it.
in,
You just
I
go
just
ahead.
feel Michael Oliver.
Ebuka,
Yeah.
I want to come in. This is football,
Yeah.
and in as much as I've always said it, that English referees, they are nowhere to be found in the
They're
world.
not consistent.
Yeah, not consistent. Yeah,
Even in the World
We
Cup,
to-
you'll
we
find
totally
it.
agree that.
I watched the other game against Chelsea. I think 14 yellow cards.
Yeah,
yeah, Taylor.
Taylor.
We
Now
have
it's
to
Michael
imagine.
Oliver. So what I'm saying is, the clubs too they should also learn to accept those things,
Exactly.
because they should not only refuse it when it doesn't favor them,
Exactly.
but they should also accept it when it doesn't favor them.
Them,
Yeah.
yes.
I think I'll stop that. I
Yeah.
think we all know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
yes.
I agree. I agree with you on
I
that.
agree.
Let me
Yes, I agree.
add one more thing.
I agree.
You know, sometimes, right, when you look at football and you're trying to analyze these games, you come from different angles, from different perspectives. Now, when you see referees like that, making such kind of mistakes, it's disappointing
And he spoils the match.
for such kind of ref. Do you understand what I'm saying? You know, for the FA to look at that caliber of match and decide to, you know, pick such ref to come and officiate the game and making such kind of mistake. Trust me, we are all, whether we like it or not, we are professionals in our fields and area of expertise, right? And when you are being called upon to handle certain jobs that are related to what you're doing, there are some mistakes that are least expected from a professional. When a rookie is making such a mistake,
You understand?
you understand what I'm saying? I'll give you an instance. The Champions League, I think Liverpool and
Liverpool, Madrid, Salah's hand.
yes. Now look at that. Everybody will agree with me that they were disappointed
Yeah.
with the way the goalkeeper handled. You understand what I'm saying? So these are things that are not expected from those caliber of refs.
Yeah.
Do you understand? If you're bringing a ref from maybe
Okay.
But
Okay.
the thing now is that
Because I want to personally I want to believe that the thing you made a point.
Yeah, you
the
said
club
if-
club should try to always accept it.
Thank you.
But listen,
When it favors the club.
relax.
I said
No,
the
no,
club should
no.
always accept it when it favors them and should also accept it when it
does not
disfavors them.
favor them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as an Arsenal fan, okay, I would not say this is not from a bias standpoint. It's from seeing it repeat. You mentioned so you usually say Arsenal was 13 point lead and they lost it, but you fail to factor into the fact that some of those points lost was based on referee decision, not based on Arsenal's performance, right? Just like you mentioned the Newcastle events,
yeah.
I think that was not
One of
that,
the-
as a matter of fact, that particular match was just one of the matches that, and PGMOL came out to apologize 3 times. That's 9 points. So personally, I feel there is a conspiracy against Arsenal.
Now,
winning the
look
league.
at this.
Have you
He
checked
said-
on hold on? Have you checked on the matches Arsenal played with smaller clubs?
exactly.
Those things did they happen there?
Because
we should check on it.
Nottingham Forest.
Yes,
Yes,
it
Did you check on it?
Yes,
Did it
Nottingham
happen?
Forest,
Ah,
3
ah,
times.
Those small clubs
3
were
times.
robbed.
It
Those small
happened
clubs
this
were
season.
robbed.
Yes.
Those
I think
small
it was
clubs.
the second
Those
match.
small
Yeah.
clubs were
Consistency,
robbed.
that's the thing. Yeah.
Those small clubs, the
Yes.
referee blew in favor of
Nottingham
Arsenal.
Forest.
Abi?
Nottingham Forest.
Okay, they blew in disfavor of
And
Arsenal.
that's the reason why I said they have
okay,
to
okay,
come.
I'm asking.
That's just the key.
Because
action
like
idea.
I said,
That's a
so
takeaway
let me
for
come
them.
in. Like
Do you
I
understand?
said,
Okay, wait,
like I
let
said,
him make his point.
Like I said, one thing, we all know the English referees are not good.
Yes, we all know
They are
that.
just like our Nigerian referees.
No, I wouldn't say they are not good.
No. When I say they are not good, it means
going to
It
disagree.
means
Worldwide, they're
When I
world
say
class.
they are not good,
They're
I'm
not
talking
world
about.
class.
They're not world class.
They're not world class referees.
Because if
Yes.
they were world class referee, we'll find them
In
the
World
Euros.
Cup, yeah.
We'll find them in the World Cup.
That's
Yeah, we
true.
know that.
That's
Am I
true.
lying? No. If I'm
No,
out
no,
of
you're right.
fact, you guys should put me to
Yeah,
order.
Champions League also.
Even the Champions League. If I'm
Yeah.
out of fact, you guys should put me in order.
No, no,
because
no.
I
That should
follow
be a
those
wake
things.
up call for them.
No,
Yes.
It's the FA.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That we all know these things. Now, how do we adjust these things? That's what I'm talking about. The club should also learn not to accept those things, or either accept and keep accepting.
Okay, now look.
Either accepting the negative and the positive.
How
or
do
accepting
you
the negative
how
and
do you
positive.
claim?
Okay,
How do
Dwight,
you
I want
claim?
to banter
Okay,
coach.
okay.
Look, he will not really understand because he's a Madrid fan. I'm always saying
he's
this.
always in the.
If we want us to always accept, when it keeps on happening to you, you have to stand up.
Exactly.
This thing have been happening to us now.
But wait.
It has been happening to other clubs. It has happened. Look, there are instances, there are some games that Arsenal have played that the mistakes of the ref favor the Arsenal.
Even
the
in
other club.
even in
Okay,
this
now you
second-
are
Even Barcelona, there are
Now
some
you are
matches
coming.
there's some few matches that we have played. Yeah, few matches that
should
we
be a
have played. You
balance.
see, it should- but there are some club that their fan is actually sitting here that a referee mistake I've never ever caused any trouble to them. It's always favoring them.
I agree with you on that.
Okay, okay.
What was that club? What was that club?
Real Madrid, of
Wait,
course.
wait, okay.
So what I'll tell you is
Yeah. So that is
it
no.
has favored you, ba.
It has favored me.
So but it didn't favor you. It's favoring Madrid, ba.
Your game is always all your
It's a
match.
question.
Okay,
It doesn't
coach,
favor you.
coach,
It's favoring
all
Madrid.
your
ba.
match.
So you look for a means that will keep
Coach.
favoring you.
Now
Coach,
look,
coach,
no, and
your
look.
points
he want us
made,
to be, he want
points
us to
made.
be, he want us to be accepting.
Person
no,
wey
no, no,
person
wait,
wey
no,
they say
hold on.
brother they
Wait,
say
wait.
person wey thief one time and person wey don't always thief all na thief people.
So-
if you don't
so,
favor me one
Okay,
time
so
and you don't consider the favor me,
coach,
me and you na the same.
coach, points
Yo,
made.
that means
No,
there
Ebuka, you
is
don't have to
something
respond.
fishy.
I don't know
Ebuka is
about
always
them.
favoring
I
you.
go by your
But
words.
in
I don't know
other
about
teams,
them. I don't know about them.
it's
I'm going
balanced.
by your words. I don't know about him. I'm going by
Okay,
your words.
one minute.
Thief na thief.
Alright,
na
one
thief.
minute, go ahead and make
Okay,
your
so
point.
now there's something because when I watched that match as a Chelsea fan, I enjoyed it. I even started supporting
The
Arsenal
match is
because
actually
of-
sweet.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
very,
yeah,
very
yeah.
interesting.
So I
Even
said,
with all-
supporting
even when
them.
they were one
But
man
come to think of it, but see, you should push being biased.
Of course, you have to be unbiased.
Yes, and that's how I watched that match. And if you are going by this, let's say Taylor didn't remove the player and you had Oliver didn't remove the player and
Arsenal
the match
have
was
won
still-
that match.
Yes, but Arsenal second goal also.
Thank you.
Arsenal
So
second
the
goal.
second goal, what happened? What
There was
happened?
a
What
foul.
There was
happened
an
with the second
obstruction
goal?
on the goalkeeper.
On the goalkeeper.
That is why I said generally. I also
On
said
the
even their
goalkeeper.
first goal.
Which led to a goal.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
I guess
imagine that goal was cancelled. It would have still been a draw. Anything could have happened.
Even
And
the first goal.
Even the first goal.
Even the first goal.
First goal.
Even the first goal.
That's
You
why.
get so the England FA is
That's
the
what we're
problem.
saying. The
Yeah.
England, every
Yeah.
but you cannot now come
I-
and be telling us that
I
we
said
should be
it.
accepting every time.
No, I didn't say you should accept. I said the club. Listen to me. Listen to what
When
I said.
he said
I
he
said
wants a balance.
I said the club. When you accept it the first time, if it happens to you in favor of you, accept it. So also accept it when it happens to you, it disfavors you.
But
No,
when
that's what I said.
no,
Truth is-
see,
the truth
because
is
this
when-
is my
because
standpoint.
if you
This is my standpoint.
If you complain when it disfavors you and you don't complain when it favors you, it means you are being biased.
Okay, coach, this is my standpoint, right?
Thief not thief.
I believe, because I have watched too many matches where the same offense is carried out by the opposing team, but they are not punished. They only hold Arsenal to the rule book, but you don't hold the other person.
No. But because because you only watch Arsenal matches. If anybody wants to talk about Watford, we beat. I say Watford. What they call it? Nottingham Forest last season.
last
They had
season.
3 matches.
Three
that
matches.
It was glaring.
Yeah.
It was glaring. The coach came out and said it was glaring. So now you're saying you're talking about your own point of view because I think 2 seasons ago, it was Chelsea that was
yeah.
the pulling down of Cucurella.
Cucurella, yeah,
It was
Cucurella's there.
the world. So, okay, everybody even started bantering him as like because he does not have hair. That's why he was jealous. It was against Tottenham and Chelsea was winning that match. And that ball led to an equalizer, which
Yes.
was very painful.
So
that is where I want
if
to come
everybody
in.
starts coming out to shout,
That is where I
what will
want
the
to
lower
come in. I think,
clubs talk about?
right. You know, there's this saying that said efficiency can never be 100%. Probably because the work done is, you know, in physics, they'll say the work done is used to overcome the frictional force.
is that
And
not
this
is that not the reason for the VAR?
Now, this is what I'm saying. And that is the reason why I
but
said,
he's right. That's the reason for the
and that's the reason why I said,
because it's still part of it.
that's the reason why I said, for instance, if a ref is not sure about a certain decision, you have to consult with your VAR.
Thank
And if the VAR is calling the ref, the VAR too has to be consistent. And that is the reason why initially, before the introduction of the VAR, there's usually the
Linesman.
fourth man referee and the linesman and the rest of them. But because they felt there are still some things that
That's still
goes
human.
on the field of play that cannot be captured by both the central ref and the assistant ref. That was the reason why they introduced
Video
the
assistant.
VAR. If VAR is calling, there is nothing wrong in calling, but you have to be consistent.
Yeah.
We understand that the central ref has the final decision when you're trying, to make, you're trying to call for what exactly has happened. But regardless, the VAR they should also be consistent. They should know how to communicate.
okay.
and-
So
Even that
Sorry.
VR itself na Robert.
Sorry, but let me say one
the
thing.
VAR
Let me
now.
say
Okay,
one thing
go
because I don't just watch the football. I still watch. Do you know that after last season, there was a vote in the EPL
Okay.
for
Yeah.
clubs that wanted to VAR to
scrap
stay.
VAR. To scrap
What
VAR.
happened? A lot of clubs voted for VAR. to stay.
Yes.
So if you want it, fine.
okay, let's talk. Looking at Alan's behavior, in that match. What's your stand? Because
Well-
I particularly think that, as a matter of fact, that's the first time we thought Alan was this machine super, powerhouse that just gets the job done. But we saw for once Alan
He
was
scored against you guys, so he got the
No,
job
no,
done.
no,
That was a very
Okay. Yeah. Wait, let's.
Highly
no, it's not about. It's not about.
Let him drop his question. Drop your question. Drop
Okay,
your
hold on.
question.
For someone like Haaland, scoring is not enough.
Okay.
Alan scores. Alan, when you say he scored, it's just like you're trying. No, it's not for a player like Haaland.
What's your question?
My question is, the PGMOL came up and said there was no charges, and it looked just like you mentioned earlier
his
behind the
behavior.
scene. Yeah, just behind. You mentioned before the camera came on that the referee didn't hear him say. But aside that, let's forget about him being penalized. But what's your take on Haaland's behavior? Do you think that's a champion's behavior?
Well, it's a confidence boost to tell you that, because before, when I was watching that match, before the match started, somebody said, "Oh, we are going to lock Haaland today. He's not going to score." And I told them, if Haaland enters that box 18, he's going to score. Let me tell you one thing about Haaland. He's a box 18 striker first. There are very, very few box 18 strikers. I can mention them. We had Vinicius then. We had Chicharito. Had Bebadov.
Filippo
Inzaghi. Those guys, put them outside the box, they are useless. But once they see a goal scoring opportunity, feed them in that box 10 times, they can score 9 goals out of that 10. So him now telling, yes, when he was being rude and telling Arteta, yes, they were emotions were out there and all. But him telling Arteta to stay humble, and it was actually very funny.
I think that was disrespectful.
Yeah, it was disrespectful.
No, you can't
but then
say
again,
epic.
if you want to see it in another way, like
It's epic.
stay humble. You have to be under your guard. Stay humble. You get
The banter
it's
was
a
sweet.
it's a banter.
You know, in the field of football, right? There are actually a lot of things that make the match interesting.
Yes.
Like these
And
are
that
part of
was-
the side.
yeah, that was
Yeah,
one of
yes,
You
yes.
understand? But on the other hand, one interesting thing about football is that it's quite unfortunate that sometimes when you let your emotions get the best of you, you get penalized. That's
yes.
what's his name? The guy that was given the red card. The Arsenal
Trossard.
Trossard was given the red card. So I want to believe that sometimes when you're in the field of play, because you're emotional,
You need to control your
you need to
adrenaline.
control.
You have to try.
Yeah, you need to control that. You
yeah.
understand what I'm saying? And if you don't control that, you get penalized.
But
It's quite unfortunate.
Yeah.
I think we need more of this kind of character
Yes.
in football.
Yes.
We only had Zlatan Ibrahimovic and his
And
Now, if you go to Madrid, for instance, now
Yeah.
everybody understands that when Rudiger was in Chelsea, he was one of the
Yes.
one of the creative.
if you come to Barcelona, we have Icardi.
One of the craziest defenders.
United had Rooney back then. He classed for the
No, but
referee.
I love what Haaland did, the way
let me come to
Gerd
that
Bowen
Haaland
hit
stuff.
on.
Let me come to that Haaland stuff, because there's a whole lot in that Haaland stuff, Me, for one, ethically, Haaland must respect a coach,
Yes.
no matter where he is, even
Because
if
the
he's in
coach is the
Nottingham Forest.
You're also a coach.
Why is he doing that? It's because of tomorrow. We don't know tomorrow. You might be playing in the best club in the world. You get me? And you earn the biggest money in the world. But it's just a click of the finger. Perhaps from injury.
And you end up in Saudi
Perhaps from this same attitude. They begin to haunt you. Because what makes you think tomorrow? Yesterday was Arsenal, Man City. He said it to Arteta. What makes you think tomorrow he won't say it to Maresca? What makes you think tomorrorow in the Champions League he won't say it to Carlos Ancelotti?
now. Those are the things.
and
Maresca
you
will
need to
insult
know-
him back.
I need to know, coaches. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you one small secret about this coaching thing. They are in collegiality.
They work together, yeah.
See what you think that is happening with A, be sure B will know, C will also know.
And that influences
You
the
understand?
decision.
And that alone, you're gone.
I think
Haaland to me should go on air. If Haaland is listening, I will tell him, Cash, go on air and apologize to Arteta. You can say it to your fellow teammate.
Yeah.
Stay humble.
Of course, that is
Because that-
uncalled for.
because-
That's your call. It's okay. But for
uncalled
me, a player telling a coach to stay humble is insultive.
from a highly respected player.
Yes.
That's
And it's
uncalled
because
But look, I feel if Alan wants to now portray himself having that kind of character, we should just let it be, because there are players like that. Look at Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He did it till he retired. Even on his last game, he told the fans that they should shut up. That is the biggest thing that they will ever see.
But
He said to any coach.
no.
When Balotelli tried it, Balotelli found himself down.
Mourinho put it in his
Zlatan have said
You can do it with the fans. I said
Zlatan
a
have
coach.
said it
I was
to clubs, to teams, to club president, to states,
Ebuka,
to countries.
Ebuka. We all know. We all know.
I don't
We all know
think Zlatan was
Zlatan.
ever
No,
against
but-
any
but-
coach.
yeah,
we all know Zlatan to be very,
They are
very.
Yeah, but
professional.
never
That
did
is
anything.
it. And I love players like that.
Zlatan was
To be
never-
honest,
To any coach.
Zlatan was never.
Zlatan
any coach.
actually said it that people may think he's arrogant.
He actually
But
is
he's not arrogant.
Yeah.
He's simply being him, boosting his morale.
Yeah.
for the
Listen,
game.
listen,
and he
listen,
has
like,
never said it to
to
any
a
coach.
coach, yes.
This is
He has said it to
another
fans.
thing.
I'll
Yes.
bet you that.
Yes.
I can even
To
bet.
fans.
He has said it to fans. He has said it. He has said it.
fans
He has
love
said it
him
to
more for
He has said
that.
it to some administrators.
and I love him more for
Based
that.
on
because they find it funny.
corruption
Yes,
issues.
it's funny.
He has said it to some
But never a
administrators in
coach.
his club.
Never a
But he has
coach.
never said it to any coach.
That's why
and that's why he's
Yeah.
so respected till date.
Yeah.
yeah. So
The only
It's true,
coach
that's true.
Zlatan had issues with was Pep.
Yeah, that
Yes.
was Pep.
When he
And
went to
even at
Barcelona.
that,
He
it was
never-
not
he never
even
competed.
confrontational.
Yes,
It was
yes.
mostly
In
when he has
interviews
left and all that.
stuff. And he
you know,
never
that's-
really even said anything
Well,
bad to
see,
Pep. He only said
when
he
you
did
see
not
what he
understand
said,
why,
when you
and that
see
was all.
what Haaland said, I think it's just to boost his own morale. Because
No, no, no,
the
no,
truth-
no,
the
no.
truth
He did
about
it the wrong way.
the truth about the matter is that Manchester City, they were actually scared in that match.
Yes.
I thought-
So
it's
that was
clearly-
one
It
reason
was,
why.
it was written all over.
Why
them.
that was one reason why when they got the equalizer,
Man, if you
they
see the way
actually
the
had
stadium
they
was
were celebrating.
They had to celebrate.
The stadium
But-
was
but-
loud.
but when what do you
Because it's not
what
easy,
do you
right?
expect? Man City himself, Guardiola knows this, that he has trained Arteta. Arteta knows where he can go and where he cannot go.
I do not agree with the word he has trained.
No, yeah,
No,
Arteta
no,
was
no,
his
no.
boy.
Yes,
Arteta,
now,
Arteta
yes,
worked under
whether I
him.
like it or not.
Arteta learned from Guardiola.
No, no,
Yes.
no.
Arteta learned from Guardiola.
Might be one or two
I agree.
things.
Yeah,
Immediately
yeah,
he
You
left
understand?
City,
You understand?
started
And
coaching,
now-
started
and now-
coaching.
Process.
If you watch Guardiola's countenance during that match, you understand that he was full of pressure.
Yes.
Coach, I
You
mentioned
understand?
something. I mentioned something on some episodes, some few episodes back. I said something. I said Arteta learns, and Guardiola knows that.
That's it. So what do you expect? Guardiola cannot go with one hand
And
behind.
let me- and
You
let me-
understand?
he knows.
They say
Let me shock you with something, right?
that will say me a woman fall you. Better a whole bet. Guardiola whole bet that yesterday. And it's good.
That point.
That point, you see where he jubilate, ba?
Yes.
He jump up. He did it. When they delete, you see where he goes.
He keeps the chair. Yeah.
You
Yes,
understand?
yes.
Those are the kind of those are the
Emotional,
things
yeah.
I want from a
The
coach.
la- the last-
And I also want
those are
to
the things I want from
recall.
the coach.
I
But
also
Haaland,
want to recall,
Haaland
right?
going to tell.
No, Haaland was
This
outrightly
guy,
disrespectful.
MM,
It's not
but
confidence.
do you-
thing.
do you-
It wasn't-
when-
this
sorry,
was
when
disrespect.
Arteta-
He just showed his lack
When
of respect.
Arteta
Yeah.
was playing under Arsene Wenger, Wenger said something, right, during that period. He said Arteta is going to make a good coach. Because even during the training session, where they had training sessions, strategy section, tactical session, he always contributes, find a way. So I recall Arsene Wenger saying something like that. You understand? But regardless, it's still part of
Man
the
City picked one or two
experience, from Man
Guardiola.
City and all that. You
No,
understand
no,
what I'm
yeah, I
saying?
get what you're saying.
And I'm actually glad that he's the one giving
Yeah, it used to be Klump. It
Senior
used to be
man.
Klump before.
Headache.
It was Klump. It was Klump that was giving that nice maybe
But
before.
we need to understand something. Arsenal, listen, I want to make this point here. Let's forget about that game. Is that game going to define
No.
who is
Can't
going to
define-
win
it can't
the
define.
EPL?
No, it cannot.
Can you tell me on this table if Arsenal is going to win the EPL? Because now Arsenal has gone head to head with Man City and they had a draw. An away match. Kudos to Arsenal.
Now,
But what will happen again?
No, but last season they beat City.
we got
And
match.
and
Drew
Drew City.
So what's the problem with that?
No,
okay.
Everybody
Listen,
understands.
listen,
I'm coming. Sorry, let me say
You
something.
wouldn't say referee issue.
Can I
No,
speak
relax.
to
Let
what?
me go. Let's go.
Now this is it. Everybody understands that. I'm going to start from this point, right? You and I and everybody will agree with me that when Arteta came in, there's been some level of improvement from the team. You understand? And when I say improvement, it has to do with the tactical style of play, the defensive, and all that. And people will agree with me that one of the major reasons where we are lagging behind is Arsenal team initially didn't have that depth. We all know now that if Arsenal can get one killer striker,
So why did you guys go for Osimhen? Osimhen was the only striker and has been the
we
only striker
don't
back there in the
want to
market.
go into that because I want to believe that Arteta knows what he's doing.
They don't like to spend. Just
So
You
at the
understand
end
what
of
I'm
it,
saying? So
if
we
you end up
can-
not
we
winning the league, you say Arteta knows what he's doing.
We
That's what you're
can
telling
sit
us.
down
here.
here and say whatever I want to say.
No,
but one
coach,
thing I want
coach.
us to agree with, there's been some level of growth and improvement.
for the past 2 seasons, yes.
No, we don't
So,
say
okay,
no. He got
what-
an improvement. We've seen it in the
Wait,
second
wait,
position.
coach,
Always in the second position. That's the growth and improvement you're talking
What
to
I
me
want to
about.
understand is that what coach said is what is true. And that's why Pep has been winning the league. Let me tell you why. Pep does not look at those big games as that makes him
Yeah.
win the league. He just looks at those big games as taking a point from it.
Yeah.
The best way to win a league is to beat the small boys.
Small boys.
Beat them. That's why Pep, when he's beating them, you hear 7-0, 9-0. He knows that if he does not win it with points, he will win it with goal difference. And that is how to win the league. When you play the big boys and you face them, you take 1 point. You need to be happy. Because you know that the next person you're meeting, you flush them, and when they calculate these points, because this thing is not a trophy thing, it's not about you, it's about
Last
points.
2 seasons was good. Last season was better. So let's see what happens.
When you are competing against a coach like Pep Guardiola, every game matters.
Yes.
Because it might come to the point that you look at the games, you have the same points, you have the same amount of goals, and it might now fall down to head to head.
Yes.
So in a way, every game matters.
So that answers your question about it not
Guardiola will
about it
flog
affecting the
small
league
teams
campaign.
9 to.
No,
Arsenal might also do it. They did it last season.
No, but
So
what
that was why I said.
So they did
last
last
season
season.
was
they
better.
did last season, but
Yeah.
who dropped
This
their
season
point?
can be
Also?
good.
Arsenal
So
were
it's
expected
what-
point
yes,
from
I
them.
know.
I'm
But
saying,
Manchester City dropped point against small clubs too.
Ebuka.
Points can be dropped
It's
at any
okay that
time.
Man City. See,
But
if you put-
just make sure, just try and see that.
if you put Man City here, you put perhaps Liverpool or Arsenal here, and then this is Nottingham Forest. You ask Nottingham Forest, who are you afraid of? They will call City.
Yes.
Because
Not
they
Arsenal,
bullied
champion.
them.
And that's where Arsenal's
No,
problem is.
they bullied them.
That's where Arsenal's problem
now,
is.
Coach.
And now you just said
Coach,
something
coach,
that you don't
coach,
have depth.
Coach, hold on.
Last season, you said it.
No, coach, no.
This
no.
season, you are still saying
Coach, no.
This
it's not
season,
saying-
what?
Next season,
Everybody understand.
Next season.
Wait, let me say
let me learn.
something,
Let me.
coach.
You say let me learn.
You are
Next
no,
season,
you are quoting him out of context.
No, of course
He
now,
said
you-
no,
you-
no,
you just
listen,
said last
no,
was
no,
better
no,
now.
no.
Didn't he say that?
He said the
You
problem.
can't, you
of-
can't, you
he said
can't
there's an
incite
improvement.
certain
He
things.
said
Okay, so there's
no,
an
wait.
improvement.
Do you understand?
No,
We
he
have
said-
to be constructive when we're analyzing things.
He said
like this.
the problem of Arsenal before has to be used to be
Right now,
about
Arsenal has the
that's-
best
But
defense
now
in English,
Arsenal.
England.
So it's not saying it's not giving an
Look,
excuse of depth being
your
the reason.
depth is still your issue right now. Let me tell you why. Sorry.
I agree.
Let me
I
tell you
agree.
why.
Land, I'll
Now,
come
you
in.
had your first season when you competed with Manchester City. Saliba had got injured and then he spoiled your season. Now, look, you guys now went into the next season. You worked on that. Your defensive back, your back line was strong enough. Now, you guys have made the same mistake this season. You only have one creative
What's the
midfielder,
replacement? Yeah.
Odegaard. Now,
see,
he's
missed
injured.
him. missed him.
We bought a creative midfielder.
You missed him
It
in
was
that-
quite
who
unfortunate
He's
that he had an
injured. He's
injury.
also injured.
This guy
They
that
say,
got
yeah,
an,
they, I
what's
can't
his name?
remember.
Declan
They
Rice?
have one.
No,
No, not
no,
Rice.
no,
They say
Rice.
Merino.
Yes,
Merino.
now.
Now,
We bought
when
Merino.
it comes
We
to
had other players. You
Look,
understand
look,
what I'm saying?
I won't call Merino a creative midfielder. Merino is just like all these midfielders that play deep and
Well,
they can run into the box and all those kind of things. They can play for
Odegaard was
defensive
not
midfielder.
like this before. When you will understand that when this guy
Yeah.
was what's the name of this guy that played for
Emery.
Madrid? Not Emery.
Ozzy.
Zaka.
Not
Ozzy.
Ceballos.
Ozzy.
When Ceballos was
Okay,
there,
Ceballos.
okay.
Okay,
Yeah, they swapped him
Ceballos
and
was
Ceballos.
there. Odegaard was sitting down.
Yeah.
When Ozil was there, because I knew he
Yeah.
came when Ozil was sitting down. So the point I'm trying to make is that it's his time. We've bought. We now have another. It's
But I
quite
still feel
unfortunate.
even if Merino
No.
was around,
He
he wouldn't do what Odegaard does.
Ebuka. Nobody can do what Odegaard
I
does.
just
But
made
see,
it.
Are you guys saying
Now,
that
no.
Okay,
Arsenal?
take away this guy from Chelsea now. See what happens.
Who?
Kopama.
Kopama.
Yes.
Kuku will fill in that
Let me
place.
tell you right now.
Kuku.
Wait. Let me tell you one
play
thing.
the same
Wait,
way.
cannot really feel
Let me tell you
right
one thing.
now.
Let me
Right
tell you.
now.
Let me tell you one thing. Let me tell you one
See,
thing. If you
see,
said this
see,
last,
Sancho can do it.
if you said
They
this
can
thing
convert
last
Sancho, and
season,
Sancho do the
if you
same
said
job.
this thing last season, there was it one of these one of these podcasts. Someone said that okay, when you take away Kopama, it's terrible. That was last season, and it happened, and he said Chelsea should stop buying players. Players should stop going to Chelsea. But now everybody's now seeing that why Chelsea had. Now Chelsea is replacing a superstar from the bench.
Yeah.
I agree, but
But
everybody understand right now.
how many goals have Kopama scored this season?
Palmer, we understand. Last match,
3 or 2.
Palmer gave. This is it now. Look at. Wait, sorry. The
No,
point is,
no,
I am not. No, I am not. I'm being constructive. You understand?
Yeah.
If you look at last season,
It was Kopama. It was a Kopama FC.
look at the last match. He gave 2 assists and he scored 2 goals.
No, our last match. This our last
Who's
match.
that?
Yeah, it was.
Jackson
scored 2
Jackson
goals
scored
and
2
did an
goals.
assist.
Yes, and give an
But
assist.
he scored
enough-
now.
enough-
Palmer
enough-
scored.
It was Jackson that assisted him. Yes.
In all
That is-
fairness,
the third goal was scored by Palmer.
By Palmer,
in all
yeah.
fairness, with what he said about Chelsea's recruitment, yeah, it's beginning to make sense.
Yes.
Initially, they made some error signings, but now it's beginning to make sense.
Yeah.
And I also agree with the fact that Odegaard, yes, I know that was a problem that we didn't also see, but then we have one area, and we also have this Nelly Kelly, the young boy from the academy. So we have 2 of them to fill in for that. They are both creative midfielders.
We'll see what they can do.
Yes, we'll see what they can do.
Yeah, they still
Because
young.
youngsters
But
can
now-
never ride
but
them.
now-
No.
But
Ebuka.
now-
Please, are you done?
No, I'm not done.
Okay, done. When you're done, I'll get in.
I'm not done. Now, that now brings us to the next thing we'll be talking about, right? Where we'll talk about the fixtures and the number of games players have to play now.
It's sick.
Because if you see, it just
It's
appears.
tiring.
Merino got the injury from
See
the
Rodri,
international
look.
friendly. Odegaard got the same injury from international friendly. Okay, Clive Roy is back now. So that
And I think he has gone again.
No.
Okay.
I'm talking from Arsenal's perspective now. And believe other clubs also have the same thing. What do you guys think about this right now? The amount of
Before you
fixtures
go,
players have to
I'll
play?
dive into that. But before you go, I want to make a point here. Players going on injury, Arsenal player going on injury. You said you have one area that will fit in and that and that. Ebuka just raised a point that you guys last season was the defense
Caliber.
that defense issue. This season is a problem of depth and the problem of depth. And you're talking about Odegaard having a replacement and that and that and that and that. Make tomorrow. Talk say those players they no fit in for Odegaard because Odegaard.
It's
they
not
execute.
an argument.
wait.
Nobody's
Coach,
making
no,
a
no,
I know
Arsenal, let me tell you something. I love Arsenal more than the way you do, but you don't know it.
That's not.
But I'm telling you that Arsenal fan,
That's not true.
Haaland just said be humble. I want you to be humble,
Coach.
But the moment
listen.
you keep bringing excuses,
That's
Listen,
not. That's
there's
not.
no humility in this
Okay.
game.
Listen,
Now you
no,
talk
this
about
is
the
not-
issue.
It's just like saying Vinicius should go on in. Should
Okay,
go. Should have an injury. Who's going to replace Vinicius?
Vinicius, we have a lot of people. We are even praying that you go on injury. We are even praying that one of us got injury.
No, they shouldn't
Let
play them
Valverde-
together.
No.
They shouldn't play them together in a match.
If we keep the three of them,
If that's what you're saying.
listen to me. If we
They
keep the three of
shouldn't
them,
start together in a match.
No.
If you are saying one is not
Can I
important
say
than
something?
the other,
Can I say
then what
something?
are you trying to say?
Can I say something? Can I say
Let me make this
something?
point.
If we keep Mbappe, Vinicius on the bench, we'll fit in Hendrick, we'll fit in Ibrahim Diaz.
So you want to
And
compare the
watch
both
it.
with
No,
Ibrahim?
I'm not comparing.
You want
them.
to look at their deliverables.
I'm saying we have players that will fit in. We've seen
Yes,
Hendrick coming from the
Valverde.
bench and scoring goals.
Valverde.
Valverde, we've seen
He
it.
has played defense, he has played
We've seen
midfield,
it.
striking.
They think that's the advice I want to give you as an
No,
fan.
don't
can't
give us the advice.
compare.
Hold on.
You cannot
Hold on. Listen.
You can't
listen.
compare
We're not
between
comparing them.
players.
I'm giving you
What are
advice.
saying?
Listen.
See,
Let me
buy-
answer.
see,
You are
make una buy player.
you are putting it to me. Listen.
For someone that win the game, make una buy.
You put it to me now. Let me tell you.
Una too
I'm
dey
the Arsenal
greedy.
fan,
Una
right?
dey stingy.
I'm the Arsenal fan.
Because
right?
even
let me
Osimhen-
explain to you now. Let me explain to you. You've already
You have to be
wait.
constructive.
I move my hand there.
You've already made your point with your players. Let me make my point with my players. So don't push it on
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Yes,
right?
I agree.
Now Odegaard is out. Nobody can play like Odegaard.
Odegaard. That
Yes.
was to say.
Keep that aside. Now that same position Odegaard plays,
There are players there.
Havertz can play that position.
Yeah, Trossard.
I just told you now. Trossard fielding in Man City match. Trossard can play.
And you saw
Merino
it.
can manage it.
What do you call him?
Merino.
Merino
manage
is there,
it.
but Merino
Then
is
those
injured.
young boys.
These two boys I mentioned for you during the preseason, they handled that position.
Yeah.
So until they've not had a chance to play so much games, but they are capable of doing the same. So until you wait until
And give them the chance.
yes, wait until they have the chance to do it and they don't deliver before you can now say
Wait,
you push
Wait,
buy
well,
players.
if I want to get what coach is saying, he's saying, let it be said that there should not be an excuse later.
Perfect.
No, you're not making an excuse.
No.
You're inciting. That's an inciting statement. You don't incite.
I don't there.
See,
You have
it's
to be
constructive. See,
constructive.
the
No,
truth
you
about
don't
the
incite when you're trying
I
to
dey appreciate
analyze.
una instead.
Wait.
I tell
No,
una
we
say
don't
make
need you to
excuse no
appreciate
dey.
us.
Look, they
wait.
agree
Sure.
that it is a problem.
These guys are looking for
See, no,
windows.
the thing is,
They are looking for proper window of excuse.
no, the thing is that
They are
look
looking
at-
for a
look
window
at
of
how-
excuse.
whether you like it or
They will
not.
tell us tomorrow
Coach,
say they get injured.
coach,
That one will be
coach,
happen.
coach.
It has always been your story.
This season,
Arsenal.
make sure you win the La Liga. Oh.
Wait.
Make sure you win the La
no,
Liga.
Yeah, we let it compare. Oh.
No, make sure you win.
compare.
Don't give
No,
excuse.
no.
Oh, that
I never give excuse.
Mbappe and Vinicius, they never
I never
blend.
talk
Oh.
say-
They never blend. Oh. Make sure you win the La Liga.
I go win La
That's
Liga.
the point he's
I
trying
mean,
to
today we
make.
talk here. I talk say
He knows that
Barcelona.
they're not going
The
to
way
win La
Barcelona
Liga,
they
so he
go,
did not
Barcelona
say.
is on the right foot of
He
things.
knows
I talk
that
and
they
hear,
will not
and
win
I
La
still
Liga.
repeat am now again. But you see compare.
Yes,
say-
I'm telling you
say-
that I
say-
have a chance at the EPL. I'm not playing. I'm telling you, this season is my season to win the
being
EPL.
So
We
not
are
the
being
not the look for room, not the look for room for excuses.
No,
say
no,
because
I'm
they
not
got
put-
the injury that one day.
I didn't give any excuse.
You get the same number of
No,
players.
listen,
you are
no,
supposed to have
coach,
the same number
don't-
of players
don't-
like the other teams. So go for it.
Coach,
We are being
coach.
constructive
You are
when we are
projecting.
trying
You are
to
projecting
bring
an
out our
opinion on
point.
me. I didn't say that.
You don't
They agree.
incite.
Coach, they
He
actually
said-
agree that Odegaard
he
injury
said-
was a problem.
No, he said that the problem with Arsenal, he was trying to explain the point he made earlier. Right? He was trying to explain the point he made earlier. And we never mentioned that because of Odegaard injury, Arsenal is not good. No, we didn't give that excuse. Get it straight. He brought Odegaard's issue up.
Yeah.
And I'm telling
And
you
they said
that
it's an issue.
we didn't complain about Odegaard, even though we know that we miss Odegaard, but we're not given a reason for that. And you have seen from the past two matches, our 3 matches so far, that we're not given an excuse for Odegaard being out.
Did you complain about Saliba
And
last season?
at best, we've been able to pick a point from, at worst, we've been able to pick a point from matches. So that's to tell you, we are not giving an excuse.
See,
We're not
okay,
giving ourselves that excuse.
I have
So
a
don't project
question.
it on
I have a
us.
question. You just said now this season, you guys are going to win the league. Yeah, getting to forget. Okay, this is the season for you to win the league.
We are aiming a shot. I didn't say we are going to now.
Aiming the shot.
Now
Yeah,
listen. Listen. Every club that starts, all 20 clubs that starts the season. I said this before. All 20 clubs that start the season have a shot at winning the EPL.
Aside from Everton.
I don't know aside of Everton. They will stop the league, but they will end up second. This one.
Arsenal.
Trust me.
I'm not going to play humble. I'm not going to act like I'm telling you.
You have to be humble.
I'm telling you
You
that
have to
we
be humble.
are going for the league.
Of course.
Okay, wait.
Wow.
I want to say something.
Let him-
I want to
we
say
are
something.
going for.
I want to say something.
Let him make his point.
In quote.
Last 2 seasons, Arsenal has been going for the league.
Okay.
Chelsea has been in crisis. But there's something I love about my club. When we want to lose, we lose very well.
That's it.
But when we want to win, we win.
You win.
Right now, I'm still studying my coach. I didn't like the signing of him, but look at the progress. And there's something about Chelsea
actually a
that
good coach.
that I know. Once they start climbing there, at least we know that Chelsea, once they get to that top, to come down is hard. They don't fight for second position.
No, that's why I trust Chelsea.
They climb up. That's why when we go for any competition, it's either we're not in the competition or before by semi-final. But once we go to that final, at least we've gone for 3 finals and we've won 2. I can't say the same for my Arsenal. I think they've gone for 1 and that. But let's
leave
keep
there.
that.
Chelsea are still trying
but
to
we are
get
still building. The truth, I keep on telling somebody, if it's by making excuses, Chelsea is number 1 to make excuses because what we passed through. If Arsenal actually passed through that change,
They don't disappear. They
like you guys, it will have
Gone
been
through crisis. We had our own
No, no,
crisis.
no, no,
period.
no,
During
no.
Emery, we had our crisis.
No,
period.
no, crisis.
Were you ban?
Relax.
We
Man,
didn't
we
don't
talk about
crisis.
we talk about
We
we didn't sign players.
Bring down the club
If
to
this
actually
club
sign
go,
players.
if they have a
Wait,
crisis, if Madrid have
It is
one
because you
small
don't have a
crisis,
structure.
they
What
will
are you
go to
saying?
relegation.
We didn't.
You don't have a structure.
have-
What are you saying?
No,
Wait.
Madrid have the best
It
structure.
is because Chelsea
Madrid
doesn't
don't
have a
have
structure. That's what I meant.
Coach,
I just
okay,
want
Chelsea,
to- There was no structure then.
Chelsea,
Madrid.
relax.
Okay, say Chelsea.
No, I don't get.
Relax.
Wait, let me break it down. Let me break it down for you.
He's making a point. So I want
There was
to
a
ask-
season
I
that
want
we're
to-
not able to sign players.
Okay,
We had to use our academy
hold on.
boys.
You said if the things you went through,
Yes.
if Arsenal went through, then
True.
okay, good. Now, what are the things? Let's have them.
No, make it land. He said there's
Yeah, no, that-
allow him to
that's
land.
what-
that's what I'm
Continue,
telling
make it
you.
land.
Coach,
Make it
relax,
continue.
coach,
No,
relax.
make it
No,
continue.
coach, relax.
Let it talk.
Coach,
I'm
relax.
not going to tell you question. You answer. You want to finish your
Coach,
answer your
relax.
question.
Listen to me. He's going somewhere. I
Yes,
want you to specifically list this out.
that's what I'm telling you now. There was a season we were not able to sign players, yeah,
One.
and we came out top. Like we went far with Lampard or so.
Okay.
Then, do you know what it means for a war to affect your club? Changing management. You have been enjoying jollof rice. All of a sudden, they give you a camo.
With chicken.
Look,
jollof rice with
you
chicken.
will see your taste buds will go haywire.
You guys don't understand it. My club, we always change management in the space of 4 years.
No.
And
Look, when I'm
see,
talking about wait. Listen to me. When I talk about change of
And we
Management
always
change.
bounce back.
bro.
Calm down. No bubbles.
Wait.
That's why I say stay humble.
Look,
you know the bubbles.
let
The
me
only
land.
issue that the club will have that
Let me
will
land.
affect them is financial issue.
Let me land.
That's the only-
You
Relax,
said
let him
you
land,
said
let
your
him
club. You said your club always
No,
change.
continue your line of thoughts.
You said
Continue
your
your line of thoughts. Don't-
He just said something. His club.
The only issue that you can have is
No, he has
your
the
side.
floor. He can attack anywhere. Let him
your
talk.
club always change management.
Yeah.
Did your club pass through any change of management due to war?
No.
It's not when your presidents will steal. You always have to do with theft. That's what happens. Listen, okay. I
Your
can shout.
club,
I
you
can-
changed
wait.
management. But the issue, why your management affected? Why you were affected? Okay.
See, there was no Chelsea fan that was happy when we sacked Thomas Tuchel. No Chelsea fan.
Yeah.
You sure the world knew about it.
Yeah.
This change of management is not like, okay, this guy is doing bad, let us stream away. I just told you are enjoying jollof rice. Your body is used to
With
jollof
chicken.
rice.
Add chicken there.
Big chicken. The next thing they're giving you a camo and granola.
Now look.
Why?
look at
why?
this.
It will
Why?
kill
Why
a
was
club.
Look at
Thomas
this.
Tuchel sacked?
We know change of management.
We've known
let me tell
Chelsea
you,
for
this change
sacking
of
coaches,
management.
so it's a normal thing.
Yes,
No, let me finish.
That's
When
my
we
change
start-
of
when we-
management for you.
wait,
That's what I experienced.
bro,
Every
no.
change of
See,
management.
let me land.
We're not
Let
getting
me
a
land.
lesson left.
No, relax.
Let me
Relax.
get my point.
Comments.
Let me
Don't
get
get
wait.
distracted.
Now Russia, Ukraine war make Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Hear my point.
Even before
Sorry,
the
Roman
Russia-
Ibrahimovic.
Hear my point. Sacking of coaches, yes.
Let him make his
That
point.
sacking
Don't
of
get
coaches.
distracted.
Wait, that sacking of coaches. Everybody's always happy. Okay, this coach is doing sack him. Everybody's bro. Ukraine war. England came and said, "Oh, because of the Ukraine war, this is a man that loved this club, that puts everything into this club. When it came, success came to Chelsea.
Okay.
everybody was with him and all. All of a sudden, because of this and that, do you know that Saudi wanted to buy Chelsea and the fans wanted it? England didn't want that.
Okay.
Why? Then they brought businessmen that who know nothing about football and they came inside. And when they came, they had to do this power tussle. Flush the house. Down to our medical, down to the balls and even medical team.
That lady with the massage.
Yes,
so.
that'll give
that woman,
massage
the French
players
tell you.
feel
I tell you.
Women.
Everybody-
Now, your point has been made,
Yes.
right? But it is wrong for you to say if Arsenal had gone through
That was
what
your crisis.
what
That-
you-
that-
and it affected you. There's no crisis that will not affect the club.
Wait,
Of course.
wait. Arsenal has gone through that. They will probably not survive. Arsenal can never go through that. You know why?
Because they have
Because
a structure.
Abramovich ran Chelsea like a one-man business.
Yes.
Arsenal is not run and will never be run like a one-man business.
Yes,
known
very
for
for
sacking
Despite the
coaches.
fact that we have Stan Kroenke as the highest shareholder, he can never run it as a one-man business.
Yes. So, now you pass through, like you said, why you guys the change of management really affected you guys because your owner ran the club by himself, a one-man management. The same thing, my club, why it does not affect us because it's yes, we have a president that we elect, but it's still a group kind of thing. They still follow the same model. So that's why you see we come back anytime we change the management. A management that will be changed must surely bring in its own new policies and stuff that will affect the team, will affect the club and everything. When it's changed, another one can come and his own policies might actually even profit the club. You understand? But the thing is that we always remain on that
because there are only two
level.
teams in La Liga.
It's not. What are you saying? The two teams in La Liga. Look at the two teams in La
There are
Liga.
only two teams in
When
La
you
Liga.
place us in Europe, we have beaten all of.
That's
you
what I
guys in
said.
the
There are
Premier
only
League.
two teams in La Liga.
But if you see keep us in the
see,
world,
now,
I've
let me
beaten
tell you
all
why.
of you
Why
in
are
the Premier
clubs
League.
in La Liga always running to Europe?
Let me
Stay in your club and defend.
Let me
Thank
tell
God
you.
for this new Champions League
No,
system.
let me tell you why.
Look,
I say. Let me
even
tell you
if
why.
we'll not top this new Champions, I know Madrid will do it.
Let me tell you
That's
why.
one
Let me
thing.
tell you why. I
Are you
think
comparing-
And when Madrid will not do
Are you
it,
comparing
we'll pick
Premier
up.
League
You
with La
understand?
Liga?
When
That's
Madrid
not
will
the
not do
argument.
it,
We
we'll
simply
pick up.
said this.
This
It was
new Champions League
simply-
system
Kwame
is
was
actually
simply
going to
making a
settle
point
this
here
argument.
that-
This new Champions League system will settle this argument of the Spanish club, only two Spanish club. Look at it now. Is 30 what teams?
Yeah, 30.
Is a tabular form now. Just
36.
watch. Madrid will top. Anything that make Madrid not top, we are going to be the one.
Okay,
That's
now,
how
I
how
just have
it is.
follow-up question. I know I'm not in the Champions League, but what did you guys play your last?
We lost. That's why I said
What's
even if we're not
what's
doing it
now
right
the
now.
probability that you will be there?
That's what I'm telling you. That even if we're not doing it right
Yeah,
now,
but who first
Madrid
called
is
police,
there.
the win case
Madrid,
now?
okay, Madrid is not a Spanish
You
club.
cannot call. Okay, now you want to.
Is
Be,
Madrid not a
okay,
Spanish
wait,
club?
now you're a rival to Madrid, but now you want to affiliate.
No,
yourself
no,
with
no, no,
Barcelona.
no, no,
Barcelona.
England. We're talking about Spain and England.
He's not supporting.
We have to come together. I'm not supporting.
No,
Okay,
no,
hold on. I think if we can stay on this and it will not. It will not end.
Yeah.
So, Ebuka, I just want to ask you about the rumors of Vinicius winning the Ballon d'Or.
I'm in support of him winning the Ballon d'Or.
Sure, we're
All the
all in
way.
support.
All the way.
Yes.
Clean. He
All
deserves
the
it.
way.
Look, and when coach was actually saying, when he said if Vinicius gets injured, who will play? Look, coach, let me tell you something. Whether I like it or not, there's no player that will come from anywhere or player in Madrid, that will stand up and say he's the boss over Vinicius. Say Vinicius by himself leave or loses his form or goes down or
No.
Vinicius happens to be the best player in Madrid. The
Ebuka.
best
No,
player
no,
in
no,
Spain.
no,
So,
The best player
in
in the
other
world.
words, in other
Right
words,
now.
Ebuka, no, he
Look
was
at the last game.
No, let me come.
Look at the last
Let me
game.
come. You're talking about Vinicius. You're talking about Madrid.
Yeah.
Vinicius was not the best player in La Liga. It's Jude Bellingham who was the best player.
La Liga have
You
their
can
opinion, but
fact
we
check
all
it
have
if I'm
eyes.
wrong. If I'm wrong, you can fact check it.
Bellingham
Yeah.
played
You can-
more
no,
games.
you know, see,
He played more games than Vinicius
I
last
talk
season.
with facts.
Let us
I don't
not
talk
forget.
out of
As
anything.
much as
I don't
possible.
talk
If you
out
look
of
at the
emotion.
percentage-
Like you said, you are very right. No player can be like Vinicius.
He's the
And
best.
Vinicius cannot be
In
like
Real
other
Madrid.
players.
Can-
You
yeah,
have to
can I
understand.
chip in?
But someone must fit in
Can-
for him
can I
if
chip
he
in?
has injury.
They'll
That's
feel
what I'm
him.
saying.
They'll feel him.
Yes.
But when it matters
Yeah,
most,
go ahead.
Wait, please,
So
sorry, can I
let
chip
me
in?
finish.
Wait, for that small statement,
Yeah,
can I
let
chip
me-
in? Do you know even if you run a simulation, let's say like the FIFA that will play, if you run a simulation, if you take out Vinicius, put Mbappe right there, or Rodrigo, any of them, or put Mbappe right there, let Rodrigo strike, put Valverde by the right hand side.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Let me tell you something. You guys are missing this. Mbappe was in the pitch last game.
Okay.
Mbappe was in. No, let me finish it. Mbappe was in the pitch last game. Mbappe was in the pitch. Rodrigo, all of them, Bellingham.
do you
But
know-
it only took Vinicius 20 minutes.
Do you know? It's still
20 minutes to turn the game.
Do you know that? Do you know that? Do you know that
See,
position is what
there's
affects
no
Mbappe
influence
right
like
now?
that in Real Madrid
Wait,
right now.
Do you know, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
You've been watching Madrid match, bro.
I watch your games.
Do you know
I'm always
Rodrigo?
looking for faults. So I watch your games.
Do you know Rodrigo? Do you know Rodrigo is a seed to count on?
It's a see, all of them. These are players that if you
Because most
keep them,
when I
if
see
you keep them,
they receive finish
Okay.
of confusion wrong.
No.
Okay, coach.
Rodrigo,
Coach.
now Rodrigo is that be the killer.
if you keep
Coach. Okay. Just this will be the last question we are going to talk about, and we're wrapping it up with back. I just want to ask you, what do you think about Barca topping the whole stats at this point of the season?
It's very possible to me. Barcelona has always been a team, a big team, a great team, a strong team when it comes to Europe, not only La Liga.
So do you fancy your chances of winning?
I'm
of
second.
winning the La Liga?
I'm second on the league table right
just need
now,
to sleep.
and the league we just played the fit playing there's still a whole long way to go. And like I would say, even Barcelona, the Barcelona fan here will tell you it's not yet certain.
Yeah, it's not certain.
because
They just
it's
6 games.
it's still the league. So let
Fatigue
allow
from
the
other
rivers
tournaments
to
also.
flow.
Now,
We'll
another
see
thing,
what will happen.
let me, we cannot say we win the league right now. Although even if I say it, it's just banter to make Madrid fans angry.
Make good banter.
Yeah.
Nobody can say he wins the league,
but
even
the
in
thing is,
EPL right now.
Exactly.
everything seems to be working for my good
Yeah.
in the league because right now I have 8 first team players out. I'm topping the league with 4
Yeah.
points. I'm topping
Goal difference,
I'm topping every stat there is in La Liga. I'm topping it, everything. And another thing, we have played tougher games already from the beginning. We have played the top teams in La Liga more than Real Madrid already in these 6 games. We have scored more goals.
What
And
are the teams
you
you guys
see,
have played that are
we have
top
played Villarreal, we've played
Atletico Madrid.
we've played Athletic Bilbao, we've played Valencia. Those are 3 top teams, and these are teams that can take points from you
Valencia
any
is
day,
not
anytime.
among-
Okay,
Valencia is not among the
okay.
top teams.
So
Valencia is not among.
Okay, that will be a good place to wrap up the show for today. And like you guys already know, the banter continues. Like we can be on this for the whole day. But if you've been watching and you know you've got something that we didn't say, like it's you just want to get into the studio and
It's bubbling in you.
drop it in the comments, all right? Drop it in the comments. Who knows? You can be a part of the banter just by leaving your comments in the comment section. And if you've not hit the subscribe button, what are you waiting for? Smash the subscribe button. Take it home. Turn on the post notification, hit the like button, and share the banter. Okay, let's have your opinion. We'd like to have your opinions and know what you think. And until next time, see you.
Football Banter.